Hello and welcome back to Aubrey Books and Coffee. Please grab your favorite beverage of choice and join me. So today I'm doing a full review of the September Young Adult Once Upon a Book Club book box. And you know I like to do that with reading as I go and opening as I go versus just opening them all in the very beginning and then sharing with you my reaction to the gifts and to the story. So without further ado, let's dive in. Okay, so I have been reading this September Once Upon a Book Club book, which is Lord of the Fly Fest. And I got to page 55, and so I have the first gift. I think it's super cute that it's got like tropical trees and stuff, because so far what's happening is they signed up for this festival and they get to this island and have paid tons of money for villas and stuff, but there's actually nobody there on the island, and there's certainly no villas. And so they kind of had to do makeshift tents and try to figure things out. And on this particular page where it gets me to the gift, it talks about a muslin curtain that is being used. So I'm going to open this. I'm betting it's going to be material like that. So far the book is just starting. So it's kind of tongue-in-cheek and funny in places, and the main character that we're following has a podcast and she's pretty sarcastic, and I like her humor a lot. So so far so good. We'll see how it goes from there. And sure enough, when I open it, it's got that kind of silky material, and I'm thinking this is a scarf. So how do I look? Does this look good on me? Is this for me? But yeah, so far so good, and I think this is very silky, very pretty. I might actually keep this one because in the winter I like doing the infinity scarf. So anyway, we'll see. Okay, so the next part that I've gotten to in the September Once Upon a Book Club box, Lord of the Fly Fest, is page 140, and it's talking about his eyes both were dark pools sparkling with the reflection of the campfire, locked onto Ruffy. So I'm going to see what this is. I'm not quite sure so far, which this is the heaviest gift I've ever gotten from Once Upon a Book Club. So excited to see what's in here. Yeah, so far I'm just not liking it. It's just going downhill for me. I appreciate that there's parallels between this and Lord of the Flies, you know, classic novel with the kids that are stranded on the island. If you've not read that, I'm not going to spoil it. You really ought to. It's trippy and spooky just how quick we dissolve into being wild when we don't have society's rules governing us. And I believe that's the whole point of the novel. But anyway, that I understand that's what the author's trying to do here, but instead it's coming across so far as a bunch of people who are influencers that are super whiny, and I think more dramatically spoiled, rich, and whiny than I think any influencers are in real life. So I don't know if the author had a bad experience, if the author was trying to be super tongue-in-cheek or what, but so far it's just not grabbing me. So I got the plastic off. We're opening and seeing what this extremely heavy thing is here. Ugh. It's heavy because it's almost like ceramic. Can't really, I don't know how to allow you to see that. It's kind of heavy to even push out here. I feel like I'm doing my weightlifting for the day. And then there's this little bitty piece of paper that fell out with it, and it says, oh, tabletop fire pit. Interesting. Okay, simply add bioethanol fuel, light with a match or lighter, and enjoy a warm glow both indoors and outdoors. Well, that's intriguing. Given that I don't have a fire pit, I'm going to ask my husband about this one, and if he thinks it's something that we could legit use and have a good time with, then I'm sorry, I'm keeping it. But if not, then it'll be up for grabs. It does fit with what is going on in the story right now. It's a very kind of cool idea. So I rate that gift highly. I think it's great. Okay, so the next part I have now gotten to in the September Once Upon a Book Club Lord of the Fly Fest is on page 220, and it says, the one from her now debunked conspiracy theory, Raffi turned around to see him, was instantly blinded by his flashlight beam. I am willing to bet this is going to be a flashlight, maybe? Since my last comment of what I thought so far, I have not changed my opinion. If anything, it's going even more downhill because now it's getting very repetitive between the inner monologue she's got going on and the interactions that she has with the other people on the island and with the famous singer in particular. It's just kind of, it's the same things happening again and again and again. And it's really losing me quickly. But we'll open this on up, and sure enough, it's a cute flashlight. That is kind of cute looking. I don't need a tiny flashlight like this, and it actually looks like it's got an adapter. Oh, and it has a little message on the side I didn't see. One more chapter. That's cute. Super cute. I really want to make sure it gets to a good home. I just have zero need for that, so it's available for grabs whenever you guys join me in the drawing when we get to 100. I'm really hoping this picks up. By my calculations, there's one more gift. The gifts are cute. I love the gifts, but yeah, book, you are disappointing and making me want to stop reading you, but I'm going to keep going. Okay, so the last gift to open is on page 268, and we're getting very, very close to the end at this point. Thank God. And so anyway, it was marked, it looks like around the time of somebody, I don't want to give away anything. Somebody has basically a knife in their hands and is chasing somebody else. So I'm kind of intrigued because I don't think they would have given us a knife. So I don't know what this could be. Again, really not liking the book. I'm sorry, guys. I think some people would really get into this and really enjoy it. I just wanted more. I wanted more changes and differences, not the same old repetitive thing over and over. Oh, and it looks like there's beauty in everything. Glass nail file. Okay, that works. Because a knife-like item, one of the characters who's going a little bananas was the nail file. So that totally works. I'll give my full review after this and finish the book, the last 100 pages or so that's left, and let you guys know. So there you have it. I think you know where this is going to go because I've been pretty honest this whole time. Yeah, the September book was a downer for me. I almost DNF'd it. I only continued because I wanted to give you a full review. It started off with such promise, very interesting concept, semi-interesting characters, but I got towards the end where I was like, I don't even care about the romance they're trying to throw in here, and you know I'm a sucker for a good romance. And then especially at the end when they reveal some things that I'm just like,
somebody would have like, this is not something that would have taken this long to figure out, guys. Like, somebody would have been smart enough to do this. And some of the ridiculous stuff they were doing, like if they finally got a hold of the internet, instead of calling for help, they were choosing to upload pictures to Instagram. Come on now. I know influencers make their bread and butter off of being an influencer, but nobody's that shallow and stupid to seriously be there in a world where you're out there, not in paradise, but in some pretty savage kind of conditions, and people are acting weird and turning on each other. You're really going to take the time to post a picture of you splashing in the water? Or are you maybe going to call 911? I'm just saying. It was just too out there. And then mixed with that was the fact, like I kept saying all along, it was extremely repetitive. And I know that made me repetitive, and I'm sorry. But it just wasn't enjoyable for me. I seriously was just like falling asleep in the chair and not enjoying it. So the book itself gets a 1 star from me. That being said, the gifts were fabulous. They were a lot of fun, and I'm actually going to keep most of them. I'm sorry, because they are so cute. And they were definitely spot on with where you were in the story and did help you feel like you were more entrenched in the story, which is the whole point of this book club, and I love that. It obviously took a lot of time and effort for them to come up with these gifts and then tag them for us, and I thank you, Once Upon a Book Club, because it was very nicely done. Just because I may not enjoy the book doesn't mean a million other people didn't absolutely love it. And I did really appreciate and love the gifts. I gave the gifts a 4 star. So overall, I would skip this box unless you really wanted some of those gifts that I showed, and just maybe get the book when it's at the library to see what you think. But that's just my 2 cents. So I hope you guys have a great day. Please like, subscribe, and send your friends.